Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day today. Good day for me, work, blah, puppies, all that stuff. Let's get right into what I wore after work today. Detour Noir, Haramain. Uh, First things first, don't know if it's a good dupe of the perfumes of Marley. Doesn't matter. This isn't about that. This is about the fragrance itself. Is the fragrance any good? Stand on its own. Can it stand on its own? First off, let's talk about this presentation. I normally don't, but this is, man, this is cheap. This is dollar store presentation as far as I'm concerned. I've seen better things in the dollar store for presentation. That the It may not come off on camera, but the bottle is just a weird, ridiculously weird shape. The text reminds me of, remember them rub-on things you had in the 80s and 90s? Some of you might be too young, but they were letters and you'd rub them on. They go on glass, paper, whatever you wanted. That's what this reminds me of. The shape of the bottle is just, and this plastic is just cheap. Cheap. Um, so this might rub a few people the wrong way because I know a lot of you love this scent. Um, Gotta say, I'm not the biggest fan. I don't dislike it. Don't jump to that conclusion. I don't dislike it, but I don't really like it either. It's just kind of meh at best. And I'll get into why. Let's start off. How did I wear it? Three of my moisturizer, one, two, shirt on, one, and one. Um, right off the top, I'm hit with a cheap, sweet citrus. And I mean cheap. When I say cheap, I've smelled some cheap shit. And this smells cheap. Really cheap to me. This, like I said, cheap, green, sweet citrus. And this eucalyptus menthol, not mint, but smells like a sweet apple fruit cough syrup you used to take when you were a kid, like Robitussin for kids or whatever. That's what it smells like to me. And the problem is that lasts a solid 40 minutes. And then it's in the background for another, you know, hour and a half or so. This cough syrupy smell that just destroys the whole fragrance. The opening and the first couple hours, it just wrecks the whole fragrance for me. And some florals come in, definitely lavender and violet, and they start to take and mix with that sweet, cheap kind of, like I said, I don't know where the sweetness is coming from off the top because it changes later on. I'll get into that. But it's just cheap smelling. It's not the nicest. I'm sorry, guys. It's not the nicest. For the first couple hours, this is not a very nice scent to me at all. It smells minty, or not minty, mentholy, cough syrupy is the best way I can describe it. But then, a couple hours into it, it starts to change, and this vanilla kind of sweetness starts to come out, and mixing with a nice, or it's an okay smelling vanilla coming out at first, and then about a half hour after that starts to really come out. It becomes a nice vanilla a creamy sweet vanilla because it starts mixing with a very nice sandalwood that's in this scent, and it's a creamy sweet vanilla with some nice spices. Cardamom mostly. You do pick up a little pepper, so it's a peppery sweet vanilla, creamy vanilla, with still hints of that kind of mentholy thing, but it's way in the background. And it's nice, and some lavender and some rose or geranium, kind of give it a bit of a powdery floral vibe to it. And it's really nice. And the dry down's really nice too. It keeps all that in the dry down, but the main player in the far dry down is a woody, clean musk like patchouli. It's nice. Unfortunately, the first 2 or 3 hours of the scent, not the nicest. I don't like it at all. But after that, it smells cheap and I don't want to say nasty because it doesn't smell nasty. It just smells cheap cough syrup like to me for definitely the first half hour, 40 minutes. And then after that, for an hour and a half or so, it's still got that vibe, but it's starting to die itself down. So, yeah. So does the first half make up for the second half? Kind of. I mean, I really wish that cough syrupy vibe would only been the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then it'd be fine. But it's there so long. It's so prominent to my nose. Maybe not to yours, and that's fine. That it just almost makes it unwearable to me. If I'm going to wear it, I'm literally going to have to put it on an hour and a half before I go anywhere, just so I don't feel like I don't smell good. You know what I mean? Because after that, like I said, it's a fine scent. It's not great. It's nice. It's fine. It's sweet, creamy, spicy vanilla with a woody base. I mean, nothing wrong with it at all, but yeah. Longevity, about 8 hours. 9 hours if you count the last hour. I'm going on the 9 hour now, and yeah, a couple hours solid projection. More than an arm's length out there by quite a bit. But unfortunately, that's when it's smelling like cough syrup. So kind of wasted the projection there. Then it gives you a nice when it starts smelling good, and this is fun. I really do like this part of the scent. You get a nice big bubble for about 4 hours. Then it comes in, you get a couple hours of a smaller, decent bubble, and then you're on about the 9th hour, and it's a light skin scent. I'd probably reapply if I was going anywhere. If I was just sitting around the house like I was today, then no, I wouldn't. But if I was going anywhere, I was out anywhere, I'd probably reapply. After 7 or 8 hours, I would. So, yeah, compliments. Didn't go anywhere, didn't get any. I imagine after the first hour and a half or two that this will get you quite a few compliments. Like I said, who doesn't like a slightly creamy, slightly sweet, soft, spicy vanilla on top of woods? It's just delectable, really. But sorry, guys, that first hour or two just ruins it for me, though. And let's talk about the name, too, Noir. I expect Noir. I want something dark, maybe mysterious, sexy, nighttime. And it's definitely not that. It's not a light scent, don't get me wrong. It's not a summer scent. But I was hoping for more spices than I got. Yeah. So, will I ever wear it again? Yes, it's definitely wearable. It's just not something I ever think I'm going to be like, oh, I can't wait to wear it. I'm going to think about, because I think about what I'm wearing and, oh, I'm going to wear that. It's just going to be something I grab. So, but hey, you might have a different take on it. So it's all good. We all got different opinions, and that's at the end of the day all this is. All right, guys, peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.